statutory role on monetary policy and banking security.
Oh my God,
we need Fed nominees who will focus not on social policy, but rather the alarming bout of inflation that we are currently experiencing. Inflation is at a 31-year high. Just last month, the consumer price index
Man, if you double top there,
by
fucking Dow, it'd be
6.2%
disgusting.
year over year.
Yeah, inflation's at like
everywhere.
at a high,
The
yeah.
cost of a Thanksgiving meal, which rose by 14%.
No wonder everybody banking.
To the pump, where gas
money's
has
everywhere.
reached as high
rejected.
as $6 a
Hit
gallon in some
$14.50.
places. And inflation is a tax that's eroding Americans' paychecks every day. Even though wages are growing,
VIX has a
inflation is
gap
growing faster,
from
and that's causing workers to fall further.
VIX, VIX or UVXY?
No, regular VIX, VIX. So I think SPY is gonna go a little bit higher and fill that gap,
the Fed has
and then it's gonna tank.
Decided to continue its really emergency monetary policy, adding fuel to the inflationary fire long after the economic emergency has passed. Earlier this month, I was glad to see the Fed finally announce a long overdue taper of its bond buying program.
Probably gonna do the
Quantitative
same.
easing.
I was waiting. I was actually gonna buy UVXY a few days ago, but I was just waiting for
such support.
for it to get back down towards like 16, 15, but it stayed like in 17.
By the third quarter of 2020, it had largely recovered, and yet here we are in November 2021, and the Fed's still buying more than $100 billion in bonds each month. The Fed should
What'd you say?
Started tapering nearly a year
I'm
ago,
so red today.
but instead it's expected to continue.
Yeah,
buying
those
bonds.
targets after what happened last
And
time
on
on Target,
interest
when
rates,
that
which
shit
are
starts
currently near zero,
breaking
the Fed
support,
is
I get
still
out of that so
maintaining a
quick.
wait-and-see approach.
I
am somewhat
don't play
relieved
the
that
game
Chairman
there.
Powell has recently
Dow
spoken
dipping
about
pretty
the heightened
tough.
risk of
I think it's
higher
getting
and
a
more
pullback
persistent
though.
inflation,
We'll
and
see.
has indicated his determination to control it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Unfortunately, the Biden administration and many of our Democrat colleagues in Congress are not willing to do their part to limit inflation. Instead, they're exacerbating the problem and then blaming inflation on their usual suspects, greedy corporations.
I think you want to be out of everything right now. They've said inflation like 70 times.
Oh,
Oh, dude.
They really did,
Holy
though.
fuck. They
No
just said
joke.
inflation.
Who is this asshole, dude? He's trying to tank everything.
Holy
inflation,
fuck.
inflation,
He just said
inflation.
inflation like literally 70 times.
Policies are contributing.
Wow. I cannot believe how many times he
Mr. Toomey can lick a sweaty nutsack.
Dude, yeah, he just said inflation so many times. Holy fuck, I cannot believe he said it that much. That's insane. They need to get him out of there.
He placed an indefinite ban on new.
Man, I cannot believe they allowed him to say it that many times.
Meanwhile, on the demand side, the administration and
Yeah, they were
Democrats in
saying
Congress
a lot of
have propped
keywords
up
here.
demand for energy with their March 2021
Yeah, I can't believe they still letting them in. Still
No
talk.
wonder then that Americans are seeing skyrocketing energy prices.
I can't believe he
When you
was talking
decrease
smack about
supply
Biden, saying
then subsidize
that they're gonna
demand,
they be questioning
prices
his
go up.
choices for
That's basic
assigning
economics.
people.
Unfortunately, the administration has not learned its
I was like,
lesson.
what
They
the
can kind
hell?
of say whatever.
Still
They're
pushing a
pretty clear with how
multi-trillion-dollar
they
reckless
feel.
tax and spend plan
And
that
That's
will contribute
good.
to
That's
more
hella good.
inflation and damage our economy. Its plan is a massive expansion of the welfare state, and it will partially be paid for by large tax increases that'll hurt American families and make the U.S. a less competitive place to do business.
He said tax
The intent
increases.
of this plan is to transform the relationship between the federal government and the middle class.
All right, so we're listening to
ordinary responsibility.
I'm listening to the Fed talk right now. I just posted a link, so if you want to listen to it, Discord is what you're hearing in the back. I'm pretty bullish on the market today. Recovering across the board. You need to get the Dow back above the weekly. You're about to pop up, yeah. Once you get back above the weekly, it's really strong. Get back there. I think you're gonna push there. You look good. SPY bouncing as well. Probably gonna gap fill up here. Looks really strong. Qs are going crazy. Tech looks really strong. AMC, probably why most people are here. Man, it's like loading really slow.
To hide the true cost of this inflation. I hope
Weird.
Democrats will
Okay, so you're
consider
just hitting the monthly. So I had some of those calls. I cut them right here at 36.70. They were down a little bit. Ended up getting out of those. I knew this dip was coming. You had that dip. That's nice. GameStop still looks horrible. This is the bottom that I think you have to hold here for AMC, for my opinion. So, I mean, if you're looking and you want calls, this is like where I'd be looking to grab them. But I want to highlight that this is the area that you have to hold, in my opinion. If you don't, I'm going to have to consider cutting my marches. That's just the way it is, right? I have to. That's my trading. So, but yeah. I'm really, if you're listening and you hear the background, I'm waiting to hear Powell talk. That's all I'm waiting to hear.
Chairman Powell, sorry.
So, I'm waiting right there.
Brown, Ranking Member
But I'll be looking maybe at December 17th here in a sec. I'm just seeing how you react to this level. If you don't react to support, I'll have to get out of it, obviously. But yeah.
A very significant month for our economy, and Congress is a large part of the reason why. Our economy has needed updated roads, ports, and broadband networks for many years now. And I'm grateful that on
But right now you're listening to them talk about taxes, inflation, and God knows what else. That's pretty all terrible.
To pass the largest infrastructure package in American history. November 5th, it turned out, was a particularly consequential day because earlier that morning we received a very favorable jobs report. 531,000 jobs added.
But yeah,
you're moving good though. Honestly, like you have SPY moving pretty well still. You have Dow sitting up.
But in this case,
I think they're just waiting until Powell talks. This kind of doesn't matter. These people are all going to be. Powell has to kind of watch what he says.
You hoe, and I know what you was gonna say.
We're averaging half a million
You're right though. Fuck these people.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of. I mean, I don't watch these all the time, but when I read over the notes, Yellen here, she's always like dovish. Like she's never.
Yellen's a perma bear.
Yeah, and like it's their job. They have to be. Yeah, and Powell comes out and he's like the person in the middle, so you can't be too upset.
Of course, the progress of our economy, of our economic recovery, can't be separated from our progress.
Yeah, Yellen doesn't like anyone else other than her making money. So
following the news about the Omicron variant. As the president said yesterday, we're still waiting for more data, but what remains true is that our best protection against the virus is the vaccine.
My weekly just went up. My Lotto weekly.
Vaccinated and boosted.
Dude, it's about to break. It's looking like it wants to break through this monthly, which is terrifying.
For sure.
That is terrifying if it breaks through.
Even quite remarkable.
Which I know no one wants to hear, but
in context,
if it holds below monthly on like the day, I'd have to exit 100%. Everything. I have to close every AMC position. Crowd got that pump too. We talked about the 228. That's funny. Then it dumped immediately.
Right now, millions
CRM
more
hit
people
300.
cannot find a job or are losing the roofs over
He's
their
gassing
heads.
right now.
It's clear that what has separated us from that counterfactual.
What is?
Did you say the monthly was?
Congress has enacted during the crisis. The CARES Act, the Consolidated Appropriations Act, and the American Rescue Plan Act.
What did you say AMC monthly was? Was it 35 or 34?
35.6. So,
but their effective implementation.
So yeah, 35 is exactly 35.65. So if it holds there like for like, yeah, if it holds below it's like 15, 1 hour or something like that, I'll have to.
Oh, it has 10 minutes left to complete the hour candle.
Extensively about the state and local relief program.
And then 40 minutes for
Jamie's bouncing this. It probably doesn't. It'll probably stay above it.
First, the American Rescue
Jamie really had a dip. Oh yeah, like a $2-3 dip. That was nothing.
Has been sent out every month since July.
Oh, and then the 15-minute has a hammer candle. And it's a, oh yeah, it was supposed to be a red bar. It's a green hammer candle.
Keys came down, spies coming down. You just gotta wait, man.
And in fact, according to the Census Bureau, food insecurity among families with children dropped 24% after
GGPI might dip here. I'm looking at it too. It's Lucid doing. Lucid dip, all EV dipped. EV just moves as a fucking whole now. It's kind of funny.
Meanwhile, the emergency
hey, what did you think about Naked? It never interested you?
What? Naked Brands? NAKD?
Yeah,
I traded them a long time ago. I don't like them now.
No, I'm talking about like whole long-term hold shares.
Nah, I think they're kind of like a laundry company.
You think their EV deal is a troll or what?
Their what?
EV deal with
which will provide targeted lending and investments.
I haven't even seen any news on them.
Small businesses grow and create well-paying jobs.
EV acquisition. Yeah, they're having a merger.
Naked Brands? NAKD?
Yes.
I don't think so. I think they're lying to you. Why would they merge? That doesn't even make sense.
With Central Automotive Group.
That doesn't make sense at all.
Look, that's because they have a deadline for Nasdaq. They have to be above $1 or else they get unlisted by April 20
I see it. I see this. I see what you're talking about.
In a matter of days, the majority of Americans would suffer financial
I
pain.
sent it to you.
I see. I'm looking at it right
Payments
now.
like
I have
Social
not seen this
Security
news though.
checks
This
and
is nuts.
military
Really?
paychecks
Why? That's
would not
that's
reach
fucking.
their bank accounts,
That doesn't
and
make
that would
any
likely
sense.
be followed
Does
by
it?
a deep
I
recession.
mean,
The
they're
second
desperate
action
enough to
involves the
save their
Build Back
company.
Better agenda. I applaud the House
Sure.
for
Isn't
passing the
naked
bill,
brands
and
like
I'm
the
hopeful
that
that the
juice?
Senate will soon
They're like
follow.
No,
they're like
Build
this is
Back
lingerie and
Better
stuff.
is the
lingerie,
right
yeah.
economic
Yeah.
decision
I think
for
they're just
many
getting out of there.
reasons. It will, for example, end the
The fuck?
childcare
That makes no
crisis
sense to me.
in this
That makes no
country,
sense to me. I'm
letting
sorry.
parents
That like
return to work.
sounds like the
These
sketchiest investment
investments
ever.
we expect will lead to GDP increases
That
They want
sounds
better
so-
batteries for
without
their
increasing the
vibrators.
national debt or deficit by a
Yeah,
dollar.
if they even sold
In
by it, I
fact,
don't
the
even know if they sell it.
offsets in these bills mean they
Dude,
actually
like, what the fuck?
reduce
This
annual
is so random.
deficits over
I mean, that's a
time.
I don't know. That's
Thanks
weird.
to your
That's
work,
a
we've
shot in the dark.
ensured that America will recover from this pandemic. And now with this bill, we have the chance to ensure America thrives. in
Naked
a
clothing brand is no more.
post-pandemic
Now it's
world.
EV.
With that, I'm happy to take
That's
your
weird.
questions.
Thank you, Secretary Yellen, Chair Powell.
I didn't
and
know
then
anything.
Central already has vehicles paid
Thank you,
sold
Chairman
already.
Brown.
Like
Yeah,
billions
supposedly
worth in
going
2023.
going
for the
to
opportunity to testify today.
Amazon or some shit too.
The
I
economy
saw
has
that.
continued
really?
to strengthen.
Yeah.
The rise in
Oh, here's
Delta
Pal.
variant
This is Pal.
cases temporarily
Oh.
slowed progress this past summer,
It's the only dude that
restraining
matters.
previously rapid growth in household and business spending.
See, here he goes.
intensifying
Rapid
supply
growth.
chain
He's using all these big
disruptions,
words. We're going to the
and in
moon,
some
boys.
cases, keeping people from returning to
It's
work
actually
or looking
hilarious.
for a job.
That shit is so
Fiscal
funny.
and monetary policy and the healthy financial positions of households and businesses continue to support aggregate demand. Recent data suggests that the post-September decline in cases corresponded to a pickup in economic growth, and GDP appears on track to grow about 5% in 2021, the fastest pace in many years. As with overall economic activity, conditions in the labor market have continued to improve. The Delta variant contributed to slower job growth this summer as factors related to the pandemic, such as caregiving needs and fears of the virus, kept some people out of the labor force despite strong demand for workers. Nonetheless, October saw job
Apple's
growth
going
of
nuts.
531,000, and the unemployment
yes,
rate
they are.
fell to 4.6%, indicating a rebound in the pace of labor market improvement. There is still
Because they
ground to
broke that
cover to
pennant
reach
on the
maximum
daily,
employment for
but
both
it
employment
never
and
had a
labor force
chance to
participation, and we
rip
expect
because of
progress
that
to
week.
continue.
That was
The
fucky.
economic downturn has not fallen equally, and those least able to shoulder the burden have been the hardest hit. In particular, despite progress, joblessness continues to fall disproportionately on African Americans and Hispanics. Pandemic-related supply and demand imbalances have contributed to notable price increases in some areas. Supply chain problems have made it difficult for producers to meet strong demand.
Just bought Q's calls.
Increases in energy prices and
Yeah,
rents
I like it.
are also pushing
I
inflation
like Q's,
upward.
like Spy too.
As a result, overall inflation is running well above our 2% longer run goal, with the PCE price index up 5%
Spy's will hit the daily.
over the 12 months.
Spy's on
ending
VL
October.
right now though, but I love it.
Most forecasters, including at the
VL?
Fed,
Oh, yeah.
continue to expect that inflation will move down significantly over the next year as supply and
Yeah.
demand
Yeah.
imbalances
Yep.
abate. It's
Yep.
difficult to predict the persistence and effects of supply constraints, but it now appears that factors pushing inflation upward will linger well into next year.
Man, dude,
In
it's
addition,
so
with
good.
the rapid improvement in the
You
labor
might get a
market,
touch of the
slack is
daily on
diminishing,
Spy, like
and
462
wages are
on the
rising
like
at
on
a
the dot,
brisk
462. Q's, I
We
think they're
understand
fucking
that high
just
inflation
gorgeous.
imposes significant burdens,
You got a
especially
daily
on
touch,
those
that'd be nuts.
less able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation. We are committed to our price stability goal. We will use our tools both to support the economy and a strong labor market.
See, Pal
and to
comes out,
prevent
doesn't
higher
say one bad
inflation
thing.
from becoming
He didn't say one bad thing, dude. He
The
came out and
recent
One
said
inflation.
he said inflation's going down,
of
the largest
Omicron
GDP
variant
growth ever.
pose downside risks to the employment and
I told you,
economic activity.
all of his
Increased
friends like,
uncertainty
yeah,
for
the stock
inflation.
market is trash, pal.
Greater
We
concerns
look
about the
great.
virus could reduce people's willingness
Captain
to work in
America
person,
himself came out.
which would slow progress in the
That
labor
shit is
market and
gold, bro.
intensify
That shit is
supply chain
hilarious.
disruptions.
He does
To
this shit
conclude,
every time.
we understand that our actions affect
Oh, that shit is
communities,
funny.
families, and businesses across the country.
Go make some babies.
Everything we do is in
That
service
shit
to our
is
public
funny,
mission.
man. I think I'm about
Fed
to
will
rebuy
do
the Spy
everything we can
positions.
to support a full recovery in employment and achieve our price stability goal.
Oh yeah, the hourly
Thank
is
you very much.
bullish.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Secretary Yellen, thank you for your comments about.
I don't think you're out of the woods yet,
We have
but
2 more
dude,
weeks.
like,
We know failing
homeboy just said the most bullish, the bullish paragraph of all
I want to ask you
time.
about something else, though. The Wall Street Journal reported 2 weeks ago that 2/3 of the largest publicly traded companies had larger profit margins in 2021 than in 2019 before COVID-19. In 2020, top CEOs made 351 times.
I'm just watching right
That's
now.
the 50 MA on the
even during an
Because
ongoing
4 hour.
you're gonna get IV
demand
crush
and
too.
supply chain issues, big corporations
So like
refuse
when
to
you
cut
start
their
moving
own
sideways, you
profits.
don't really need to
They
be
raise
like
prices on people. They complain
too
about having to
concerned
pay
about getting
workers
in.
more.
Can wait a
Never
sec.
mind the fact
I'm
they've
looking
been
at the
giving themselves
466s
raises
though
for
again.
years
Those
without
moved really
it
well.
impacting
Instant
their
like
prices.
that
Meanwhile,
dollar
the
move was
cost of
instant
housing and
20%.
medical care
They're at
and
83
almost
cents right
everything
now,
else
which
for
is
most
fucking
workers
dirt cheap.
has been rising for years. You've said, Secretary
So I'm just
Yellen,
waiting, and those
you've
Qs are
said
sitting
the
back at
bipartisan
400, which is
infrastructure bill
nice.
and Build Back
Nasdaq is
Better
there. Nasdaq
will
is
bring
strong. So if
costs
you want to buy
down
Qs,
for
I think
most
Qs are strong no matter
Americans.
what.
Explain that.
Yes, or
Qs probably
Yes.
run towards 404.
The Build Back Better plan contains support
My question is, can Dow
for households
catch a grip and stop going
to
down?
help address some of the most burdensome and most rapidly rising costs that they face. For example, the cost of childcare, which is virtually
EVs are going back
unaffordable
up
for
now
many
too.
American
Probably a great
families.
dip by.
There is subsidies for quality childcare.
Bucking loose is gonna go
that will
nuts.
Bring down the cost for the great
AMC,
majority of
what gap
American
is there? What
families.
gap are you talking about? Yeah, AMC closing below that. Yeah, we're going to have a long. Today's video might be a bad one. Might not be a fun video today.
Those, and a child tax credit. And
Depending
all
where
of
you end the
that
day.
will
I don't know what
bring
gap you're
down
talking
the
about. You're not
cost
feeling
of
that. You feel like gap
childcare,
that's like
and for families
What's the
that
monthly
are
on AMC?
facing crushing burdens,
right
for
there.
example,
35, 65, and then tomorrow's gonna be a new
very
monthly.
high rental costs in many
Oh, look.
areas.
You need to see where
The
this ends, like,
additional
so we'll see.
money that they get through the child tax credit will help them keep a roof
Man,
over
dude,
their
look at the
families'
Nasdaq.
heads.
Oh
And,
my God.
as I indicated in my
juicy.
opening remarks, is already helping them
I'm gonna
put
buy.
food on the table.
You don't think,
With respect
Spike
to
Someone said
down in
positivity,
costs
homeboy.
of caring for,
461.
Tyler, have you ever made a video
Build
yet just
Back
about the
Better
calls
contains
in January and why you're so bullish on
support
it? I think that would
those
help
who
a
are
lot on YouTube.
disabled and
Yes,
the
no,
elderly
I've
to
made the video. I
get
made the
care
video
in
on
their
those on
homes.
December 17th. But it's all. But now you're just not holding key
there
levels
are
now, right? So
subsidies
like, if you're
that
not holding
increase in
levels,
the
then all these
Pell
calls.
Grant
Well, it also
and,
probably makes you think that some of these
money
calls
for
haven't been hedged for,
education and for
like
workforce
35s and
training
40s, which
that
is
will make
kind of
that
nuts that those
more
have not been hedged
affordable,
for.
and reductions in the
but yeah,
cost
so
of prescription drugs. These are some
I've been making a lot. I've been
burdensome
covering
Yeah, I know
those
you
a
said
lot.
it was all about levels.
I've been covering that a lot.
items
Yeah, yeah.
in
So like,
family
that's why like
budgets,
I'm not
ones
saying like the
that
Wyckoff
have
theory and stuff
risen
doesn't work. I'm
more
just saying I don't
rapidly
side
than
with
the
it
general
because
level of prices over time, and
I think options are always going to be
the
the thing that
bill
pushes
will,
you to like that
help
next level.
families,
Personally,
meet
my opinion.
those burdensome expenditures.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Secretary, Chair Powell, is it still your belief that higher prices in certain sectors are
Dude, Powell is such a fucking
chiefly
bull.
caused?
This is nuts.
Is he speaking yet?
Yeah, they're asking him questions, and he just says the most bullish responses of all time. Every time.
Dude, XLNX is ripping.
Yeah, everything's going. Yep. GQQ pushing. Did he just stop talking?
Bro,
Did the stream cut out?
Holy shit.
Did the stream cut out?
No, I think it fuck around.
I can't hear shit.
Muted it. The slider, my volume slider fucked it up in a
But it's
sec.
also
I don't know.
I cut it off on accident.
price increases have
There's a
spread
spot.
much more broadly.
Yes, but
in
yeah,
the
it,
recent
almost,
few
it bounced right
months.
off the view. I
The
think you're gonna break above. I think you're gonna push
risk
towards
of higher
466. To be
inflation
honest,
has increased.
Okay, thank you.
how much are they right now?
The dollar is, this is a question for both of you. The dollar is controlled by the American people, but stable
Yeah, back at
coins
a
are
dollar. Fucking
controlled
cunt. They're
by
up
opaque,
25%.
secretive technology companies over and over on issue after issue. We've seen tech firms put profits ahead of the
Jeez,
public
Rick.
interest with our elections, with
They're
our
all
privacy, with competition in our markets. Is it risky, and start with you, Madam Secretary, is it risky to let control over our money fall into the hands
No,
of
it felt like we got fucked yesterday when the whole market was moving and
I
AMC
believe
dropped.
that,
Like,
stable coins can
I think they were just
result
adding
in
more
some,
shorts to it
greater efficiencies
on top
in the
of like
payment
the gap
system
on the or
and could contribute to
AMZ's already at 12,000,
easier,
boys. Relax.
And more efficient payments.
It's at
but only if
12,000.
they're adequately
Oh my god. When I read that, I was just like,
the
dude.
president's working
Lost
group,
all respect for that
that I
fucker,
chair
Lou, man.
And
He's
then
an
I have
idiot.
comments
report,
like all of my shit, like
indicating
AMZ's at
that
12,000,
there are
Tyler, don't you know? Like
significant
they're being dead
risks
serious too. I'm like, you're
associated
kidding
with
me.
these
Get the fuck out of
currencies,
here.
Risks to the payment
12,000.
system, risks of runs, and risks related to the concentration of economic power. And
I just don't
we
like
have
the way
called
anything.
upon
I mean, if you're going, I
Congress
think you
to
think
put
of
in
big FANG
place
stocks.
for these stable coins, a
They're
regulatory
just gonna be talking
framework
crypto.
that
But the
would
more they
make
talk crypto,
them
the more bullish
safe,
crypto gets, in my opinion.
and protect consumers.
See, crypto's going like
and,
Mar and these bitches are all going
put
too.
them on a level playing field with
Right, yep.
other providers of similar
Back
services.
went
such as
to
banks.
fucking the moon.
Chair Powell, do you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
Damn, bro, Bitcoin hasn't even started.
In closing out my time, I think it's important to look at a bit of historical perspective, as both of you have explained to me in other conversations. In the late 90s and early 2000s, over-the-counter derivatives and subprime mortgages were billed as
I don't think
financial
anything looks
innovations.
that good, though,
Financial
stock-wise.
regulators
I
at
don't
the time pushed
love
to weaken
anything.
safeguards, saying
Especially
that a
after these 2 or
cloud of
3
legal
losses.
uncertainty hung over
I
the
want
OTC
something-
derivatives
I want something
markets, and
solid.
regulations, again,
What about them
words
Qs,
could
bro?
discourage innovation and growth and drive transactions
At least you day
offshore.
trade today.
Later,
Always
the
get scared as
banking
fuck.
lobby argued that
Especially
regulating
from Michigan,
subprime
it's very
mortgages would decrease borrower choice and reduce access to capital. The Financial Crisis Inquiry Commission cited derivatives and subprime mortgages as key factors in the crisis. It looks again like the financial industries uses these same arguments for stable coins in decentralized finance platforms. Today, all of us on this committee in both parties should be concerned about that, should understand the historical parallels, and should listen to this very bipartisan panel, the Secretary of the Treasury and the Chair of the Federal Reserve.
Relax, okay.
Senator Toomey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since the topic of the debt ceiling came out, let me just remind all of us of something that we know very well, and that is our Democratic colleagues can raise the debt limit all by themselves anytime they want, and there's nothing Republicans could do to stop them. The tools have been available to them all year long, and in fact, Republicans have offered to expedite the process. There is only one reason that our Democratic colleagues refuse to use reconciliation to raise the debt limit. And that is because they would have to specify the amount of debt they want to inflict on the American economy. They want to avoid accountability for this terrible spending spree they're engaged in by obfuscating and not specifying a dollar amount. I think we should be very clear about what's going on here. Mr. Powell, under the Fed's new flexible average inflation targeting, the inflation target remains at 2%, but now it's on an average over an unspecified time frame. Core PCE, the Fed's preferred inflation metric, is running about above 2% over the past 5 years, nearly 3% over the past 2 years, and 4.1% over the past year. So it's above target, it has been above target, and it's accelerating. And yet the Fed has maintained an extraordinary emergency monetary policy stance. It looks to me like this framework appears to be a weakening of the Fed's commitment to stable prices. Now, I know you believe this is transitory.
Oh,
but everything's transitory.
You just said we should stop using transitory.
How long does inflation have to run above your target before the Fed decides maybe it's not so transitory?
Man, that is not a great statement. But man, the Dow's going crazy. Dow's going fucking nutty.
First of all, the test that we've articulated, I think, clearly has been met now. You're absolutely right. Inflation has run well above 2% for long enough that if you look back a few years, inflation averages 2%. So I think we can say that is it was not the case going into this episode. It had been many years since we had inflation at 2%.
I do not like that he said that.
So I think the word transitory
is
instantly,
to many it carries a sense of
almost $2
short-lived.
Man,
we
it got rejected.
Gross.
Use it to mean that it
just
won't
off of those words.
Oh my God! Inflation. I think it's probably a good time to retire that word and try to explain more clearly what we mean.
Well, it still strikes me as just extraordinary that the economy has, it's long past recovery. We're in a full-blown expansion.
That's gonna be all over Twitter. Watch. It's gonna be all over Twitter. Q's not so transitory.
To the point where in many markets, houses are just unaffordable.
It's pretty funny, actually.
And yet, the Fed's going to purchase $35 billion in mortgage-backed securities in December alone, and scheduled to continue purchasing mortgage-backed
UVXY is
securities
moving good
for the months on end. I would strongly urge you to
They're way too expensive.
reconsider the pace of the tapering.
They're so expensive.
Secretary Yellen, I want to follow up on the discussion about payment stablecoins in the
Like
President's
$1
working group.
for
Payment stablecoins were defined, and the definition.
Oh my God! They just went up 30 cents since they started talking about them. Wow, they were $1, now they're $1.39.
And therefore have the potential.
Dude, that is nuts.
To be used as a widespread means.
Literally
of
in the matter of.
End quote. Well, that certainly covers every
seconds.
major
Wow.
stablecoin that exists right now. And what
Man, you're
strikes
getting
me
that's big, man. I'm probably
is
the
that
closest
the
to
President's
everything I
working
have.
group
Well,
recommendation
GGPI and
is
shit.
that all such stablecoins.
Sheesh. Spy just broke.
I might hold GGPI till tomorrow. I'm gonna hold it till tomorrow unless it starts breaking below like 1380. Then I'd cut it.
The investor sell-off for late December started in late November.
This is that statement was bad though. That was bad. Man, you did not want to hear him say that.
Well, they all
Man,
have the potential.
That is.
To be
I can't believe Powell said that. Well,
payment,
Powell's like, I got my job, bro. I'm out of here. he said, hey, you already reelected me. Nothing you can do now, bitch.
Jeez.
I cannot. He literally just said it's not so transitory. That shit is gold. I cannot believe he said that. Oh my God.
To, which is that they have a stable value.
Dude, Q's went down
$3
in 2 minutes.
That is really what
shit.
depository institutions
They trying to tank this Apple, bro. Look how strong Apple is. Oh, he didn't even have a red candle.
I would just suggest that we really think
on the 15. I'm looking at the 15.
Very fundamentally different designs suggest that there might be different regulatory approaches. I'm going to run out of time.
Big of a monster
Chairman,
Apple
I just want
is.
to note
I cannot
that
believe
Pillar
that,
One
man.
of the Biden administration's
CYN's
international
ripping.
tax agreement will be the most significant international
that's the one
tax
that
change
Zach
in
Morris
100
loves.
years.
Right?
To implement it, every one of our
It's one of them, yeah.
I'm sorry, our bilateral tax treaties.
He said it's one of them.
There is no historical precedent for bypassing the Senate treaty process
This is
to implement Pillar One.
Dude, that is, man.
Secretary Yellen, during a recent Finance Committee briefing, I asked you to acknowledge that administration would need to come to the Senate for treaty approval to implement Pillar One.
They got a patent approval
to determine whether a treaty will be needed or not. In my view, and that of many of my colleagues, implementing Pillar One would require modifications to our existing bilateral tax treaties. Those modifications must be approved by 2/3 of the Senate.
Man, all
the executive branch cannot ignore the Senate on a matter that is clearly our constitutional responsibility. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I cannot believe he said that.
Tyler, are you cutting all your AMC?
I cut my December 17th. I have my Marches, but about depending how we end the day today on AMC, if we end below the monthly, which is 35.65, I'm most likely cutting my what's it called?
I always do when I'm with the secretary.
My
the
marches, and I'll re-add later if I need to. But like right now, I think you're gonna get IV crush if that happens. You're gonna get stuck below huge support. Those are just areas for me when it comes to options. That's what I'm looking at those.
I was thinking about cutting them bitches right now.
Go ahead. I mean, you can totally do it.
We've seen, as you both discussed, a steady job growth. What is
You know what happens though? As soon as I cut them,
look at that
motherfucker skyrocket.
Look at that bear flag. Look at that bear flag.
Well, then, King, sacrifice yourself for us. Cut them so it skyrockets.
We're going to have the complaints.
I'll cut 10 of them.
The inability to get workers, etc.
No, that's just being smart. We need like full degen.
How do we do that?
Well, I got 35.
Perfect. Cut 36.
That's the very end of that. The causes of the
I can't believe he said that shit.
And then how do we rectify those causes?
What a cunt.
So it's very surprising. Since June of last year, the unemployment rate has dropped 6.5%, and participation has basically moved up to 0.2. It's sort of moved sideways, which was surprising. I think when unemployment insurance.
Typically, you have a sell-off in like late December, so wonder how that's going to go. We bounce and then sell off anyways.
We all thought there would be a significant.
You might sell off right
it hasn't
like
happened.
during the holidays, the week of Christmas.
but a big part of it is clearly linked to the ongoing pandemic.
But
people answer
yeah,
surveys and they're reluctant.
dude,
I
can't believe.
Do we sell off early?
I cannot believe that he just said that it's not transitory.
It's an issue. I think we're taking.
Oh my! Like literally a week, not even a week after he gets rehired. That is so. He goes and says it's transitory for like 7 months, and now he's like, I got hired last week, boys. The name's Jerome, and it's not transitory. That is just like so representative of how corrupt our fucking system is. Look at that double bottom on keys though. That's actually not bad. That's nice right there.
Yes.
Dow's trying, man. Dow's trying.
Spy's
the
risk of
I don't know what Spy doing, bro. I'm trying to figure something out over here. I can't see shit. Daily, 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour. Jesus.
Dow's trying to get above weekly.
Only thing I see is the 4 hour trying to mount the 50 EMA.
That shit is crazy, bro.
Other than that, everything else is bearish.
Utility payments have been very helpful to Rhode Islanders trying to.
I cannot believe he said that shit.
One area though is
positive that's what he said. Huh?
He
wasn't watching it.
His whole statement was,
"Oh yeah,
when are we gonna start?" He said he was basically saying we've been saying it's transitory for months. When are we gonna start saying inflation isn't so transitory? It's like he was kind of even throwing shade at everyone while he was doing it. Basically calling them like dummies. I was like, oh, dude.
That's an extremely
Man, the fucked up thing is even if it lasts 3 years, it's still transitory. It's fucked up.
To work with you on it. What I can say is that ERA funds can be used to provide so-called housing stability services, a range of services to the homeless.
Yeah, that'd be a great video, man, before and after, before he got reelected. All the times him saying it.
Something that Treasury did, a kind of flexibility.
Man, that is some fucked up shit. I can't believe you said it. I kind of like Fubo puts.
Is
AMC's probably going to 35 on
Let's be a gay bear, boys. Let's be a gay bear. I remember I called Fubo to like $16 like a year ago. Shit was hilarious.
Recognizing that would be something that would be challenging for families experiencing.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna buy some AMC puts, some $28 ones. Fuck them.
An opportunity for ERA grantees.
Oh my god, that shit is hilarious.
We have a little bit left.
Oh, that shit is funny, bro. Oh my god. I'm just buying some. I'm buying some puts. Fuck them.
Let me show you what.
Oh, that shit is gold, bro. Dude, I don't know who said that, but that shit was funny as fuck.
So those are two forms of flexibility.
I just cut 15 of them, Tyler.
We'd be glad
to about start bouncing, boys.
Yeah, we're gonna start bouncing.
Should have put them $28, King.
No, so you're only I think your only support that you have below this monthly, like if you have one chance of bouncing, is gonna be at like this 34.60 range, which is another 50-cent drop. If you bounce, you might get like a double bottom there. I don't know. Like I don't want to like sound too optimistic or anything like that, but like that's where I'd be looking for a bounce.
Oh yeah.
If you go to that 6-month chart, like 34.70, 65 or something.
Yeah, that's it. After that, I mean, that's terrifying.
After that, them 28 puts is gonna fucking print, baby.
Dude, YouTube's gonna go crazy. I'm like, Tyler Sports puts.
Put it in the AMC chat.
everyone in the chat. No AMC puts. Oh my god, it's hilarious. And people ask the same question over and over. Have I cut my margins? I'm like, dude, man, just look at Twitter.
That's not how I.
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna grab these Fubo puts.
So it would be helpful
they look really good.
To clarify what your current projection is for when.
Dude, the markets look so bad. Oh my god, yucky.
Rip, bro.
Someone's getting their beehole plowed.
That Treasury provide details of its
disgusting.
Cash projections
gross.
17.5s
or 50 cents. Oh my god, those are pretty sexy.
17, for which ones?
December 17th, 17.5s for.
Oh, you're still looking at Fubo,
I'm looking at Fubo. They're 51 cents right now. This thing might come tanking down.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, for real.
I've been telling you, motherfucker. I've been telling people for like, yeah, I'm like, dude, this is like one of the stupidest companies. Like, concept-wise, super cool. Profitability-wise, awful. They just cross on the 1 hour down. They're crossing on the 4 hour. It looks like, but the cross back down. 15-minute cross down.
To finance the operations
looks
of the U.S.
pretty
government
terrifying.
beyond that date. I would note that on December
I haven't seen the daily.
15th,
I try to not look at the daily.
will
Yeah.
invest
Daily's
Hey, on a positive note, if I re-enter those AMCs, my average would be fucking killer.
bill, and that will use up $118 billion worth of capacity.
So the daily on those FUBOs,
that's only I'm looking at.
That
looks like it could maybe curve up. But I know all their numbers and shit just keep coming out really shitty for earnings because they're a dog shit earnings company.
No way
yeah, they're not a good company, but the problem is like
that chart looks kind of
DKND looks like it's come tumbling down too. Tumbling down, dude. But there's just so many supports that's just not even worth trading.
You know, and Fubu's it's a good service. It's kind of pricey for what it is. You know,
it's good. I like it. I do like Fubu. I don't know what it is. Anyways,
thought Fubu was like baggy clothes.
Hey, don't hate on Damon John, okay? 1, 2. They are baggy clothes.
The CRM just broke down.
Look at the indexes. Dow, Nasdaq getting cream pied. SPY cream pied. Dow cream pied. It's like a fucking put this on Pornhub.
Chair Powell
Played CRM earlier this morning before
millions of finance bros get railed in one day.
Still, the administration is pushing for support of a nearly $2 trillion social spending package.
Millions of finance.
the XLF is coming down. Hood just dropped hard from 2760 back down to 2680.
Oh yeah,
I don't see I don't see indexes bouncing, man, for a hot minute from this shit.
Yeah, I have a SPY coming down way down here. What is it? 442? No. 450. Some shit like that. But that's like long term-ish, like till fucking.
But like this is what I'm saying too. Like people are like, oh, you're wrong, whatever. And like, yeah, you're gonna be wrong and shit. But like, you can't predict Powell coming out after 20 weeks of saying we're transitory, and then he's like, guys, you're all fucking idiots. We're not transitory. It's like you can't do it. You know, sometimes you're just gonna get shit news. Like it's like Target last night. You're gonna wake up at 3 a.m. to see. Apparently, they're fucking polluting the ocean with every single grocery bag that they have. You know what I mean? So like things are gonna happen. People like, get so frustrated. But this is also why I'm like, don't over leverage. Like this is a pretty
Dow's below a recent support at 34,868. It needs to hold there.
That is fucking just gross, like man. Like it's just like you can't do nothing about it. Like this is look at Lucid just going down. Lucid is one of those bullish stocks there is. This could that would hurt so bad for Lucid because those 55s haven't covered. They haven't. There's no way they've covered yet. You'd be going so high, but man, this will just kill it. Gross.
I sold some 60 covered calls on Lucid this morning.
Well, those are going to do well for you because there's no way it's hitting 60 now.
Nope.
What do you think, Tyler?
SPY's hit the monthly.
34.50?
I'm about to cut. No, I'm not about to cut AMC. I'm going to wait. So, yeah, you're hitting 34.60 here. You're 100% you're hitting. 100%. See, now it's following the market down, but you were already moving down without the market, when the market was pumping. So now it's like, okay, I get the whole, like, this is some dog shit now. UVX White. We should have bought those calls earlier. Fuck.
Who was that dude earlier? Is like, I'm buying the fucking puts. Did he buy them?
Yeah, someone. I actually, I don't know if he bought them. He said he was going to buy $28 puts.
He's like, fuck it.
I know. That was like the best sentence I heard this morning. Nutty. That is crazy. We ain't going nowhere to our synthetics cover. We're already at 12,000, boys. Relax.
Well, my account does not reflect us being at 12K.
Oh, fucking Lou. That shit's fucking good. He's gonna come up tomorrow like, look, guys, I told you, you gobbledygoops. I told you. You've been buying the shares. You've been powering the hedgies. And now they shorted the fuck out of the whole economy with your money.
You guys see OLMA? OLMA?
No, what is that? OLMA. Is that a real? Is that a stock? Of course, it's a stock.
Yeah, OLMA. So they had like a leak on one of their trials, cancer medications, on a forum on, I think it was, what was it, Friday? And the stock started running, and then the whole stock got halted for the rest of the day, and then today it just fucking tanked.
Yeah, that's a huge fucking tank too.
Yeah.
$20
Nah, it looks real.
That's a natural drawback.
So I wonder what happened, because like the leak was like bullish.
Oh my!
That the clinical trial like worked.
Didn't work.
It's crazy though.
Didn't work quick enough.
No.
There's a gap on AMC on the weekly.
If you're talking about like an 18 or whatever the fuck, I don't care about that shit.
You don't think they'll fill it?
If we fill it, I won't be buying options for a hot minute.
And I mean, the weekly 50 MA is still down there. Like I posted it in the.
Chances are too though, like, is like, you know, as much as shit people talk, I bet so many people are selling their shares too. Like, you have to think about it. People don't just have like ass tons of money, so if they have like 10 grand into like, you know, AMC, and you know they need the money. Like they probably sold their shit and they're still in the Twitter spaces. Like, guys, I'm a hardcore ape and I'm die hard into this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of emotions with it. So like, I definitely think some people have sold, but like this right here, I don't think this is like people selling. Obviously, I don't think that. But.
Oh, what's the OBV looking like? I haven't even looked at it.
I haven't looked. It's not that bad. I mean, it's you're dipping on the OBV, but past 3-4 days has been pretty bad. But not as bad as some of this other shit.
Apple's really holding up strong in this shit.
I know.
That's what I'm telling you, bro.
It's those repair kits, baby. It's those repair kits.
Like,
buy some right now, dude.
I'm like,
it's supposed to be green candle, but
no. So someone in the YouTube is saying that this is a whole market thing. So I don't really think this is a whole market thing. Like right now, like from like right here to here, yeah, it's a whole market thing. But from here all the way to here, it was not. Like the market was bullish. Like you were pushing up like crazy. Like look at Qs.
Wait,
someone
you're not streaming.
I'm streaming on YouTube. Yeah, I am.
Oh, damn, I got on too late. My bad.
Is that for? No, I got on too late onto YouTube. I was like 20 minutes late. Like you're at 4, you hit 401, like super high on the Nasdaq. The Dow is pumping back up, and then you know you just weren't getting. I'm not like conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying like what you're saying is wrong. But like then you started dipping after Powell opened his fat ass mouth and said that inflation isn't transitory anymore. After 37 weeks of saying, then you're plummeting down. So if you don't start bottoming out here, this is bad in my opinion. Like grody. So what's gonna happen in my opinion is even if you start to, let's say you bounce and you come here, or say you break the support and then you start coming back up, what's going to happen is you're just going to get IV crushed. So the value of those options are really going to start tanking, like just get slaughtered, right? So that's when you have to really like, that's why I would cut them. And I would just wait until you break back above key levels and then get back into what I want to get into. It's just what it is. The same, I mean, like in reality, like the same thing happened when I traded from the $12 up to $40. You know what I mean? Like it was all about getting in and out, and just I eventually caught it. That's what it was. So it's like I'm okay. But that's why I didn't go into the Januaries, because like if this did happen, those Januaries are all probably like worthless. You know what I mean? Like they're probably worth like nickels, I would assume. Like they're probably like got railed 80 to 90% of the value.
Ah, damn! Look at SPY, bro.
Yeah, this is fucking horrendous.
Well, look at AMD and CRM. Look at how much fell in the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that this is not affecting them. Like the whole market's dipping. Yes, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
But AMC was dipping before the market was dipping. When the market was bullish, it was still dipping earlier. You know what I mean? Like yesterday and today. That's what I'm saying. But like now you're dipping faster, obviously. Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, so.
I don't know. AMC is not my focal point in the market.
I totally agree. Not my focal point either. Yes. I chart it. I look at it every day, but it's not like it's like all I think about or dream about.
Like,
dude, look at that. I mean, look at that. That's fucking just gross, dude. Honestly, I don't know how low you're about to go. I have no idea how low the Nasdaq's about to go. This is like, man, worst case scenario. This is it.
I had inputs this morning that I sold at when it dropped down to 293.50 and bounced, and I really wish I still had those motherfuckers right now.
Yeah, this is horrible. I'm about to I think I'm gonna cut my MCs. You might get a little bit of like bouncing after lunch, but man, you're going to this is I don't see you recovering from this. I'm not saying AMC specifically. I'm saying the indexes. This is like horrible. This is horrible. Merry fucking Christmas via Jerome Powell. Dude, he just shit in everyone's Cheerios.
Yeah, those 95s are down to like 250.
Yeah. But you see though, like they're at 2. I'm not like saying that like that's great news or anything. But like the Januaries were like at $2. Now they're like under like 80 cents. You know what I mean? So it's just like if you look at the value of how they're moving, like all things considered, dude, shit could be a lot worse. Like terrible. Bro,
UVXY about to damn too. I fucking cut.
Yellen just said she doesn't want to sound alarm bells, but it just started going off.
I don't want alarm bells. However, pal, you're my dude. We're taking this shit to the ground. What a guy. I might buy some SQQ. Let's look at SQQ. What is Fubo at? What is Fubo at? I bet this shit started dumping. It's actually not dumping that bad.
But are you guys only holding shares of AMC? Options, or are you guys holding shares too?
I have shares. I have some shares. I don't have a crazy amount of shares though. I'm totally transparently clear about that shit.
Right.
I've never been the guy to say own a shit ton of shares. These SQQ, the SQQ don't even move that well. Like honestly.
What's that SQQs?
It's kind of like UVXY but for the Qs. It's like the inverse.
Oh, okay.
Like the triple leverage or some shit.
Apple's starting to come down slowly.
Yeah, if Apple starts breaking down, the fucking market is gonna go with it.
Yeah.
Like to the gutter.
What's Microsoft and Amazon doing? Where's Microsoft? I need to put this shit in fucking alphabetical order.
You can do that. All you do is click you click the list up there, and I'll put it off on TradingView. At least it will.
But my problem is like I'll put it in fucking alphabetical order, and then I go in and I like move.
So what I do is I move my indexes all to the top of my list so that I can watch those at all times. And then there's a few other, like I'll put like AMC, like a few like Bitcoin and stuff at the top. But besides that, yeah.
Cajun, you got to know the alphabet, bro.
Well, that's the problem. I thought the alphabet started at Z because I've had to recite that motherfucker so many times.
I don't know what alphabet you're
Bro,
reciting,
this is a huge Apple dip. Buy the dip, bro.
Never.
I promise you.
I am not buying no dips right now. Hell no. That dude just said.
Backwards.
That dude just said. Fucking transitory. Nah, hell no. Jerome Powell can suck my nuts.
Ask you to recite the alphabet backwards.
I'm looking at UVXY calls right now. Kind of dated, but there's nothing I like. Dude, this shit is gonna go nuts. This is about to go insane. Holy shit. How's that? I'm trying to see what's the highest.
161 and bounce.
You're not getting. I don't know what to play.
The damn Omicron.
Bro.
He's that damn Omicron.
Oh,
you sound like
ruler of the planet
you
Omicron
sounded
per
like
CIA.
you sounded like such a redneck right there.
Microsoft just fell.
Yeah, I think you're gonna wait for it because QQQ is about to gap fill. Nasdaq is about to I think touch the weekly or some shit. Yeah, the weekly. So you might get a bounce and I'd get puts. Man. Dude, that is like
where you buy
that
calls,
is
bro.
horrendous. Dude. You can buy your calls. Well, first of all, if you buy your calls right now, you're gonna get IV pumped still.
not
So
right
that really is trash. But also too, like I'm telling you, this whole transitory shit, this has not been stated. I cannot believe he said that on that meeting. I cannot believe he said.
He just kind of slipped it into.
he said it pretty like passive aggressive. Like that shit was not like he didn't put that.
Economy.
He said I don't know. He was like, "What are y'all doing calling this transitory?" I'm like, "Pal, what are you talking? You've been calling this transitory for like 6 months."
You know what it is? He's been watching your videos and you
okay,
think
bam.
Market, and he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna show you who runs a fucking market."
Dude, look at this. This is fucking terrible.
Like, dude, like thing has like straight red candles.
Dude,
like,
look at UVXY going to the moon. Bro.
Oh, AMC's free falling too.
Look at
cutting AMC.
From like the time
closing my Marches. Everyone asking.
Yeah. So Amazon dropped from 35.80.
What does everyone need to look? They're at. I know people are asking me questions about this. Dude, my stomach is killing me. This is, man, I cannot believe he said that. That is crazy.
It's those Texas street tacos, man. You gotta stay away from them.
Bro, they're the best.
Yeah, I got out of those AMCs.
Texas does have great tacos.
Yeah, and they taste amazing.
They are great. They're great.
It's just later on in the day and into the evening, you're like, why did I eat so many?
I'll buy those later if I need to.
I think that's the one thing that I actually miss about San Antonio was the fucking taco trucks.
Oh, did SPY gap fill from that other day gap down?
Yeah, it's going. It hit the bottom of, what was it, Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
That is gross. I cannot believe Pal Stats, man. What's crazy is when he said it, you had like a little pump at first. I was like, that doesn't make sense. And then I was like, oh, here we go. Here now we're ready to party.
Bro, I'm telling you, look at this.
That shit is. I cannot believe he said that on TV. Man.
Imagine what he says at the family barbecue if he says that on TV.
Oh my, I know, right?
Look how fast these queues are moving.
So hey, someone in the YouTube, they're mad because they lost $1,000 on AMC calls.
What the fuck?
I'm like,
oh, are you serious? Like one of your viewers?
I know. I'm just saying. I'm like, man, imagine being one of us.
Oh,
I'm like,
oh,
dude.
No way.
I'm
dude.
like, you don't know what pain is.
Trolling.
You don't know what. Oh man. And what's hilarious is
I remember you were
March,
talking about that the other day, like a long
March
time ago.
315 had 75 of them contracts fucking cut it to.
I think I had 45 to 50 of them, or like high 40s.
I lost a good chunk of change on AMC back when it ran up in June when we decided to YOLO.
I missed out on a lot of chunk of change because I was taking profits on all my options. I was not dumb.
No, I took
good shit.
Ran in June. I took my profits.
Dude, I cannot believe I cannot, man. That is nuts.
Then a bunch of us were dumbasses and YOLO'd right back into like the 145s or 120.
Hell yeah, dude. No, once you ran to 70 and got rejected twice, I was like, I'll play a little bit of options, but fuck this noise. I was like, I learned my lesson quick. I was like,
is there anything else that's green besides Apple?
That was definitely the gambler in me, and it was like, fuck it, it's house money, and I gave the house its money right the fuck back.
I mean, dude, you can't. Dude, this is just gonna keep going down. Like, you got a little bit of a double bottom here on the Dow. That's gonna come crumbling down. Dow's gonna get crushed. It is going to get crushed. Oh my god, dude. Nasdaq.
Tesla's barely green.
Nasdaq will try hold up, dude. Look at the giant head and shoulders on the Nasdaq. Ugh, that is, man. Who we do not want to talk about that.
Corsair. Barely. So Apple is the only stock that's green?
Tesla.
Tesla's coming down though.
Yeah. Pfizer's green.
Oh, okay. But that makes sense though. Fucking
Roblox is green.
Oh yeah, Roblox. We did say that earlier.
Yeah, man.
Back to
he came in so good. He came in so good with us. He was like, "Look, guys, we're bullish. I see the market moving great," and then he throws that shit at us. Fucking cunt. He was like, inflation. He's like, inflation isn't even that bad, boys. It's not even that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. The next thing you know, he's like, "Oh, by the way, spoiler alert, inflation's not transitory." Who, man? He just threw that in there like fucking mouthful of mashed potatoes. Threw it in there at Thanksgiving dinner. What a cunt. I cannot believe he said that. I think Bitcoin's going to get hit hard, though, too. It's already being hit. It's already down $2,000, but I think it's going to come down further. Watch that shit. Mm-hmm. Looks like we're going back to oil, boys. Looks like we're just joking. Oh, man.
I mean, oil is getting killed, too, right now.
Yeah, they're all getting killed. I was joking.
COVID, man. COVID.
I cannot believe he said that.
Goddamn Omicron.
And Smith & Wesson brands is up.
Smith & Wesson's. Yeah, don't mind if I do.
No. Bitcoin still has almost 7 hours for the daily candle to finish. So.
Bro, I'm telling you, Bitcoin, everyone like says it's like, it's this hedge against inflation and shit. As of right now, totally is not. I think it's just like a store of value people use and they use for whenever like this shit happens. They end up selling some of their Bitcoin off and they're just moving money around. This shit's been following indexes for so long. I mean, look at those. I mean, like honestly, if you look at these charts,
yeah,
they're pretty damn similar. They're fucking.
Yesterday I was spending the whole day on charts.
If you look at the stream right now, I'm just gonna go back and forth real quick.
Okay.
All right, boys.
To Bitcoin. Look at this.
Bitcoin.
It's like the same chart. It's literally the same. Let me stay right there. I don't think it's gonna keep me in the same spot.
Oh, is that head and shoulders too?
So you have the uptrend, dude. It's the same. It's basically the same chart. Bitcoin's a little bit more bearish. It's a little bit more bearish than the Nasdaq. But overall,
perfect time to transfer over to stake then.
I don't think anyone got that but me. I don't think anyone understood that.
Nope.
We're going all in, boys. Blackjack stream.
Yup. Right now.
Roulette.
I bought AMC December 3rd weekly, so I have nothing left to lose.
December, dude. The weeklies. Like I said, even with the 17s, that's why I cut them so quick. I mean, the price was literally the same on AMC. I was like, I'm getting out of these. This looks terrible. But GameStop's been leading you. It says, man, wild. Anytime you think you're getting any separation, GameStop dips a little bit, and then AMC follows. In the morning, you did the same thing. You instantly broke down on GameStop, and AMC took 5 extra seconds.
Dude, Rick.
I forgot I had Workhorse on my watch list.
That's shitty. That's a shitty. Yeah, I was thinking about one of the shittiest EVs. That's one of them.
That's
an EV.
I'm just wondering how many
at least
are still sitting there holding at $43 while this thing's trading at like $5.50.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Tyler.
What?
The squeeze is still on
Jay
there.
Styles is curled up in his bed in the fetal position. He's
where is Jay Styles? He's probably in the stream. Where is Jay? Man, I feel so. Man, people probably like listen to like the Discord like talk shit to each other, and they're just like, man, they just like y'all are the most brutal, non-friendly people in the world.
Y'all are a bunch of assholes. Why would I want to join that Discord?
Dude, I can't believe that 17 BTC. What's his name? What's his real
BTC
name?
Something?
What the fuck's his name?
I don't even know.
I think I was calling BTC. Anyways, What did he say? I think he.
His name's Benjamin.
Benjamin, yeah, Ben. I have him. I think he added me on Instagram. I was like, how do I not know his? I fucking know his name. He's like my only Asian friend on Instagram. Anyways, seriously, I'm not that diverse when it comes to Asian
George
people.
W on Moderna or no?
George W. I liked it this. It's holding that. So I liked it this morning. I considered getting longs this morning at 339 when it was near that monthly, but it didn't touch. It hit 350.
339. Oh yeah, it did touch it today.
And the Moderna CEO just had to come out and be like, vaccines might not work.
But anyway, what about BTC?
Oh, he lost like 30 grand in a day. And man, not only did he lose it, but in our defense, we all told him, do not get back in. Do not get into. It was what was it? Big Five Sporting Goods, right? He was like, it's gonna squeeze. It's gonna squeeze. Like, dude, stop playing squeeze plays. Trade real stocks, or just buy stock if you want to play the squeeze plays. He was like, nah, man, it's going to the moon. He lost like 30 grand in a day, and he took the trolling like a champ. He took it like a man. He took it like a real man. Like, I mean,
hey, in his defense though, he made a boatload of money from that stock though.
He did make a lot of money. But what I'm saying is, man,
and in my defense, he gave a lot back.
He oh my God, he took they roasted him hard. They roasted him like hard.
Yeah, we was all up in his butt.
But like he stayed, he stayed in the Discord. He's made like however much money last week. Fucking nuts. I don't know. He's definitely trading with like a gambler's mentality, but
same though.
Dude, Hood had a nice recovery.
I got rid of my options right here at 34.6.
Right.
Right there.
Hood is.
Is Hood really bouncing? That's actually comedy.
Look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit.
26.
That shit's comedy. Dude,
that is get in, bro.
That's actually gold if it goes up.
I
Why did I
think they
get rid of my
though.
options?
That's the
I didn't
problem.
sell any shares. People think it's shares. No shares. I could give a fuck less. I don't even look at AMC shares. I have them and still in that stupid Webull account. I hate Webull, but I just never transfer them out. And partially I keep them in there so I don't look at them.
On purpose, bro.
I was really.
People say payment for order flow. Where the fuck? I'm just not transferring them out of there. I wonder too. So I don't really know the rules about because everyone's like, they're all the synthetics and shit. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like, oh, you're not buying real shares. So if you want to transfer your shares over from a broker, theoretically, like you would think they would have to have those shares to transfer them over, right? I don't know the rules on that. I've never looked into it actually. So why don't if you think that like is that like isn't that like I've never looked into that really, so I really couldn't answer that question.
It's probably like the bank.
And and let me tell you something, they do not teach you that in college. You have to actually have the shares in your broker.
You should start that thread on something or make a video about it. And just say, if we just start transferring our shares, it's going to force them to buy and they have to cover.
I don't know. I don't want to say that. I'm also really big on not saying random shit just to get views. Especially when I'm only going to do something if I actually think it, if I'm buying it. So
I know. I just think it'd be fucking funny.
Hey, the fake shares, they don't do that. They don't do that. I got out of Stash and they had a bunch.
Someone goes, don't buy the marches.
Shares. They just cash you out. They don't buy the shit.
They just cash you out.
Oh yeah, they could do that theoretically. They could just send the money and buy it on the other. I wonder.
Yeah, man, I tried it already. I tried it with Stash. Tried to transfer my shares. They made me wait 12 days, and then they said we can't do it and gave me the money.
Stash is a bad example because that's. I would hope like something like E-Trade or even Robinhood and Webull. You would think that they're held to a higher standard to where they have to actually like cash you out of there.
Bro, stand up, take your shirt off, put the belt on, and pound your chest like fucking King Kong. We run the market.
Well, we are not pounding our chest today. This is a bad.
I'm down big today.
My chest kind of hurt.
I think.
Honestly, AMC.
Jerome runs smart.
I was more depressed about GGPI not getting the full send it had. It got pushed all the way to 1450 and got rejected.
Apple's already recovering too. Look at this.
Pal comes out of here talking like a fucking dumbass. Nah.
Hey,
so
yeah, those
telling you what's happening. You're just getting a little bit of I don't know. This is gross.
I know it's a random question, but did you ever actually get any happy dads?
Yeah, I couldn't find them when I was in Vegas.
Unlucky.
I couldn't find him. I was driving. We Ubered and everywhere. Couldn't find him.
Oh.
So everyone asking why I cut my marches. Okay, so when you're looking at options, the price of your option is not just based on one variable, right? So I have to explain this to YouTube. You guys all should know. Okay, so so from here to here, you've had a pretty volatile move, right? Over the past 2.5 weeks, not even we'll say 2 weeks. This is 2 weeks period, right? So 2
Grandma, I
weeks.
need you to keep Bailey in here.
You've pushed
I need to take Suki to the vet, but I don't want Bailey to get jealous.
Come on, man.
Pace.
Come on, cuz. Come on. Anyways, so from here you've moved from 44 down to 34. Roughly, what is that, like a 25? Say like it's a 27% move. 25% move, right? Over the past 2.5 weeks. Really pretty solid. Pretty big move, right? Ivy's there. Also, too, Ivy's been accumulating on the longer term positions because he had another big push up here. So you've really moved.
What's that noise I hear?
Yeah, I'll just mute Discord for a sec. So you've moved roughly 25% up, 25% back down, right? In both directions. Just what's happening, right? So huge amounts of volatility are kicking in here. And the seesaws you're seeing big gaps up, big gaps down. This is all increasing the IV specifically and holding the IV on your longer dated contracts. That's why the contracts held up so well. And so people saying you lost huge on AMC, yada, yada, yada. I'm perfectly fine showing my losses. I have no problem showing that. I can show you my E-Trade Power, and it'll show you losses I've had on Pfizer for $10,000. I lost less here actually on AMC. Pfizer, Exxon I posted on you can actually find it on my Twitter. I posted a $15,000 loss before. I'm perfectly fine showing my losses, right? But what's happening here, so from our entries that we had, the original entries that we looked at, right? When I was mentioning them, we were about $3, I think, right here. When I actually got into them, I think, sorry, no, that wasn't right there. I apologize. I think it was right here. They were $3, and I got in right here. And they're at $3.40. They're at $3.40 right here. After this giant move down here to $3.34, whatever the fuck the bottom here, the lowest I saw them get today was like $2.20 right now. I got out of mine at $2.45 roughly. $2.45, $2.50, right? So $3.40 to $2.50. I'm totally fine taking that loss. Totally fine. If you look at the contracts for January, you look at them for December, those contracts are almost getting completely negated if you really look at the value of them. That's okay, Darren. Cool. Super. Whatever. I'm going to use E-Trade. I'll keep using E-Trade. You guys use whatever you want to use. I trade options for a living. That's how I make my money. I love E-Trade personally. I don't like Fidelity's UI. It's terrible. Anyways, so getting back to it, if you look at the value of the Januaries, people are saying the Januaries, why don't you like the Januaries? Why don't you like the Januaries? People keep mentioning them, right? If you look at the value of those contracts, you can see they're getting slaughtered. They've been absolutely destroyed today, right? And over the past few days, right? They've really almost came down probably like 70 to 80% overall, whereas these only dropped around 30 to 35%. So you see what I'm talking about? So overall, you can't really get... You have to be willing to take a loss too. So that's why I'm saying when I got into it, I was like, I'm totally willing to take a loss. You got to understand your risk, this, that. And then yesterday with the December 17th, like this morning, completely unemotional about the decision. You had to pop up. Even though I thought you should have kept running, I was like, dude, I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to cut it. I don't like the way we're moving because GMU is moving down. Instantly cut 36.7 and you started plummeting down. Then I made the decision to get out of here. But if you look at what's happening here, what I think is going to start happening here, this is my opinion, because what's happening and why I think you're going to get that push in December and January is because of all the options you have that were in the money and things like that. Now you're getting options pushed out of the money, but the big thing that you really needed was to hold levels. You needed to hold 40. You needed to hold 45. But the fact that you're pushing down to these levels now leads me to wonder if have they even covered for any of the options above $30. That's my new question. Because if they haven't, that's pretty good news. And you can see some buying pressure. Could be cool. But I would bet money that they have covered above 30 just because you've held above 30 for so long right now. It's like 30 to 32, I would think they've covered those. That's just my opinion, right? So looking at that, hope that makes sense. But what I think is going to happen, I think you're going to start seeing stagnation sideways. And if this happens, for stock, it doesn't matter. That's why I have stock. I have it on Webull. I just don't even look at it. And if you're asking what broker I use, I don't use Webull to trade really at all. I started it. I tried using it. I hate it. I hate the UI. You get shitty fills. Overall, it's a pretty shitty broker. My opinion, one of the worst brokers. I think Webull is arguably worse than Robinhood. You could have the argument. So looking at that, I hate those brokers. Just to let you know, I personally use E-Trade. I don't have a referral link. They don't even offer referral links. They're just that good. That's why they don't even have to offer them. So, anyways, looking at this, I think you're gonna get stagnation. And when you get movement like this, to where we just move sideways, you get IV crushed, which is what's gonna really kill the options for something like the marshes and things like that. So that's what I'm looking at. Hope that makes sense. If you have questions, I'll try to answer them. But yeah, so yeah, I don't see you like just bouncing straight from here to here. I don't see it. And I mean, if you're also looking too, if you need the market's help, because right now you need help. You need help to get out of the hole where you're at. The market's not going to help you. The market looks like absolute trash. If you were here in the beginning, when we heard Powell say the words, inflation, when he said the words, when are we going to stop calling inflation transitory? Which is mind-blowing that he said, and you probably heard me say it like 100 times already. I cannot believe he said those words, but we saw an instant little bit of a push, and then that's when we fell off the whole bridge. We just fell completely off and just died, right? So I suspect you see some more blood, maybe start bouncing back in a couple of days. But as of right now, this could get really, really ugly. I think just being out of the market, I'm out of every trade right now. I literally am completely unexposed. I think I have like a longer term option on Robinhood, but besides that, I'm totally out. I have nothing. I'm just literally just watching right now. I've taken every loss I had today. I took losses across the board on Target. Target had bad news. They're apparently causing massive pollution in the ocean or something. I woke up at 4 a.m. to that. That was terrible. GGPI had a huge push. Loved it. You got rejected. That's kind of the price you pay. You were up in those options. You could have got out. I decided to hold. I took the L. But yeah, right now that's where I'm sitting. So I hope I broke that down clear and simple. It should make pretty big sense. And also too, so people asking $1 million question, are you buying options? Are you buying options? So if you want to ask these questions, I'm not going to just keep repeating myself. That's just ridiculous. Go look at Twitter. The Twitter link is down below. I literally posted it. The end. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anyone here that's going to be more transparent with you personally. I don't care if I lose. I mean, honestly, I think one of the most important things about trading is understanding how to lose and understanding when you just got to take a loss. This morning is a great example. It's a great example. Took a loss on GGPI around $14. Guess what happened? You came plummeting down. Took a loss on Target around 246. You know what I mean? So Target, I took the loss. Actually, no, you pumped up to 247. Like I got out at 247, 246. I got out there and you came crashing back down. So it's just all about knowing when to just take your losses too. Because I mean, I could have been down huge on Target right now. You know what I mean? So same thing with AMC. So if AMC just stagnates and starts dropping more, I could potentially lose every amount of dollars I put in on that. So I hope that makes sense. Back to Discord. All right, sorry, users.
And that's the other reason why I want to try and get it down there around like $25, because as soon as they announce those crypto wallets and stuff,
boom, boom, boom. You ain't lying though. Sheesh.
I've been telling you guys. I'm telling you, Robinhood is gonna put up a huge fight against Coinbase. I'm telling you right now.
When they announce those wallets that they're officially gonna have them listed, and I honestly probably see them doing it like January, with the way that they're doing their research and stuff on it, and with all the tweets and stuff that they've been putting out about it. But I also think probably around that time they're gonna be, not only are we opening our wallets, we're also going to list Sheeb.
Oh yeah, huh? It would.
Yeah, look at SPX. That's really nice.
Yeah, these December calls going. Some of them are getting some IV pumps. Hell, like $42 got a 91+% today. Jesus. On December's.
On Hood?
Yeah, December 23rd, $42. And then this December 31st. Oh my! They all went up. 29.5 is $1.84.
If you stagnate on indexes through lunch, that's incredibly bearish, by the way, in my opinion.
You want them to like immediately bounce?
No. I'm saying, so if we, I think. I don't really think you're going to see any upside from any index at all. But I think what you're gonna see right now. So right now you're bear flagging. Yeah, you can look. So if you look at like the Nasdaq, what am I on? Like the 3 minute, 3 minute. Yeah, you're bear flagging down.
You ain't down for UVXY Lotos. What's good?
Yeah, I'm looking at UVXY. UVXY is expensive. I'm looking at them right now.
I'm talking about some hella Lotos though.
I looked at 25. So that's
jeez.
There's
what the
for
fuck?
January 21st like $4. I'm not paying $4 for a UVX.
You ain't fucking lying. What the hell is all this?
Yeah, I told you, they're crazy. But I will look at his QQQ puts.
Oh my god.
That inflation news is really bad for tech, though. I'll tell you that. That is bad for tech.
Unlucky, bro.
That is.
I think we did the right thing, bro.
What's up, Tunes? You cut out. Your boomer mic cut out. Can't hear you, Tunes.
I'm not gonna be that boomer for too much longer, bro.
You're
I think
boomer.
we did the right thing, cutting those marches, man. We
No,
got
100.
crushed.
No, yeah, 100%. So yeah, you're gonna. So what I think's gonna happen, and if like, let's say you get back to 36 tomorrow, the contracts aren't gonna move that crazy. You know what I mean? They're not gonna like just start going to the moon tomorrow. So you're gonna start getting IV crush on those, and that's why you retained your value so well. The fact that they were at, the fact that they were at 250 is a fucking win. I need people to understand that. Like that's a win.
I cut 15 of them when I told you I was cutting, and then when you said you was thinking about cutting the rest, I didn't even ask you. I just cut the rest. I said, "Fuck this."
Look at VIX. Someone said VIXy. I can do VIXy. Let's look. What is VIX even at? Pretty high. VIXy is cheaper actually. Well, kind of. Wait, why is my VIXy showing this? No. Oh, VIX. It can actually just trade VIX. What? I didn't even. Wow. I didn't know.
But I think VIX is only shares though.
No, there's options. You used to not be able to do this. Yeah, because I tried to do this a long time ago.
You troll.
Wow. So the 30s are juicy. The 30s for January 19th. That's about a $5 move. It's a $4 move. Sorry, they're $3.50.
Okay.
Wow. No, VIX.
VIX.
On.
Oh, okay.
It should be at 26.92. It's the price right now. Maybe at the end of the day, I'll look at this. Man, you're really not that high though on VIX. This could definitely go.
It's not on Robinhood, bro.
Yeah, Robinhood won't have it. That's another thing that sucks about Robinhood is they're not gonna have one of these big ones. Yep, they won't have them.
Trash.
You don't want to buy those. I don't want to buy those now. You're at the top of that range. No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
VIX. Yeah.
I wouldn't bet against it, but I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah, I think we have another leg down for the Qs and the SPY.
So look at Qs. That's what I was looking at on Qs. So Qs, you broke right through the weekly, and look what you did. That's the most bearish. You got an inverted mount, basically. What I always talk about. You broke through, came up, touched, coming back down, and start coming down. You're gonna come down to that monthly on the Qs. You'll come down.
God,
touch it.
Bitcoin's going so slow.
Bitcoin's gonna get crushed. Bitcoin's 100% gonna get crushed. I think so. I'd be surprised if Bitcoin is
going slow.
It still has let's see, 7 hours.
Give me that one confirmation, baby. That's all I need.
Man, I'm in shock that he said that. So I cannot believe he said that.
I need to relieve some stress. Go blow people up on Battlefield.
I did. I heard blow.
Yo, what did he say? What did he say?
He said go blow people.
Blow people up in Battlefield.
Oh, same thing.
No. What did J-Pal say?
Oh, inflation isn't transitory, basically.
This is how we're gonna blow off steam, boys. Just waiting for it to deposit.
Everybody has different, definitions of transitory. So I think we should find another word to start using.
I really like this Market Rebellion. I just found them actually on Twitter. I really like their Twitter account, but I can't believe they're not highlighting what the fuck was you just said.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck is he not highlighting it?
They're permabulls, man. They only put calls.
I mean, he put this pallet. Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? Like, how's he not like? The market's not moving because they said inflation through the middle of 2020. That's not why the fuck this is moving like this.
I think the best Twitter is Fast Stock Market News.
I use First Squawk. I like First Squawk. Zero Hedge is okay. Walter Bloomberg is good. What is it? Fast Stock?
Fast Stock Market News. It's at Fast Stock News, 2 S's. I get more news on this Twitter.
They're tiny.
Before it like hits anywhere else.
They're pretty tiny too. They only have like 1,000 followers. Is this the right people?
Yeah. Like the what was it? The CYN news earlier. What the fuck was that?
Wow. Yeah, I just see like you're gonna break down. Dude, it's the whole fucking market, bro. Like, yeah. Is anything green? UVXY.
Apple.
Pfizer. Apple.
It's gonna have one more dip, and then Apple's gonna rip, bro. When QQQ dips, that's the buy.
I don't know. Okay. I mean, it's a great company. Pfizer is Moderna up? They were down earlier. Moderna is down 7% today, 8% actually. Merrick doesn't look bad. MRK, because they came out with their they said their pills gonna have the same success against a variant, which I don't know how they would prove that so fast, but whatever. Sounds like
they got on their FDA approval. Supposedly, it's not gonna have the higher priority, so that's why they took a big hit. And their efficacy rate was like 30%, so 40%.
Ooh, look at Rivian. Ooh, that looks juicy for a put. Right beneath the week. That looks so pretty. Gatfield down to like 112.
Bro, Apple just carrying the fucking indexes. Look at this shit. It's still going up.
No, Apple doesn't come tumbling.
Nah, I doubt it, dog.
Pets is carrying the market right now. It's green. PETZ.
Who's saying my name in the back?
Dude, who's saying?
What the fuck?
Yes.
Oh, Jimmy.
What do you think about a mobile detailing business, bud? This is a wonderful business.
Please don't do that. I just
wonderful business venture.
I thought about
people here that has that.
I thought about fucking what's it called? Dumb and Dumber.
No, I'm gonna get a van.
They have a van.
No, you'll see.
Oh no.
I'll make my way to Texas. I'll detail every car from here to Texas.
Oh
I'll just
my
get
god.
to you. I'll get the Beamer. Don't worry, free of charge.
Free of charge.
I do ceramic coatings.
I would never let you touch my car ever. I would smack you upside.
You'll see, bro. I'll get my Instagram game up.
I'll give.
And you'll see all my
Look at
work,
that,
bro.
dude. Look at the Nasdaq breaking down. Ugh, gross.
Oh yeah, BTZ looking for a little bounce here down 1480.
I do good work. I do very good work. 10
Man,
minutes.
I went to. No, I
10
can't. I don't think I can
minutes,
say
it's
this online. I can't say that.
I can't say it. I'm on stream.
I'm actually about to hop off
I
stream.
missed everything. Why is the market dumping?
Powell said inflation's not transitory.
No shit. That's
He said
hilarious.
his exact words were, "When are we gonna stop calling inflation transitory?" That was the exact words.
I told you that as soon as he secured his
dude,
job,
yeah, I know. It's hilarious.
like,
It was funny because
fuck it.
he was talking to everyone. He was like, guys, when are we gonna stop calling this transitory? I'm like, motherfucker, you're the one calling it transitory every week. I was
That's
like,
hilarious.
dude, he pulled the old Donald Trump. He started like, when are we gonna start showing some respect to people? Oh, that is it's
start handing out inflation checks.
that is
where they give you the amount of money that you lost to inflation.
Oh,
and
man.
give everyone inflation checks.
that shit's it is funny actually though. That shit is funny, dude. That shit's fucking gold. What a guy. He said, when are we gonna stop calling this transitory? Yellen probably like broke her neck, like twisting it at him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure everyone's gonna like take him to a.
Because well, it was interesting at first. They came out and they were like being all bearish, and Powell was like, "Look, our GDP is expected to be up 5% going into next year, which is like record, like it's never. That's like new records, right?" And I was like, "Okay, Powell coming out flexing strong, Captain America, here we go." You know, Nasdaq was pushing highs again, Q's hit 401. I was like, "Okay, we're fine, printing money go burr." Then they like just give the mic totally to Powell, and Powell just, guys, markets, look, inflation's real. When we start calling this trends, I was like, dude, this motherfucker, you better chill. I was like,
Yellen looks like a hobbit.
What the fuck?
Pfizer just keep doing a thing though. Pfizer to the moon.
It's like a hobbit.
Yeah, look at her.
Man, that is like, I cannot believe that shit. I cannot believe he finally said it though. I did not see it. I mean, 5 days after he secured the job, man, I would not have bet on that horse.
You guys see what the king of Moderna said about Omicron?
Yeah.
What did he say?
And now his stock is down 7%.
What did he say about it?
He said Moderna was not going to do well against Omicron, the vaccine from Moderna.
Oh wow. Pfizer.
He said vaccines in general, didn't he?
Yeah, he just straight up was like, "Yeah, this isn't going to work."
Pfizer's like, hold our beer. We got you, baby.
Pfizer doesn't say shit. Pfizer just keeps their mouth shut. They know what's up.
Dude, like,
Yeah, I don't know what his
fucking gross.
His theory was.
Fuck. What do we play?
I'm not touching any. I'm just kind of chilling. I was thinking some Fubo puts earlier, which those were actually looking good. You can say what you're gonna say. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, one more dip. That's what I was gonna say, but
Oh.
I don't think it's looking like it.
Fubo was
I'm
a nice.
sitting on my hand.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Volatility's fucking so high right now.
Yeah, it's like almost not even worth entering some of the stuff because of IV's too high. But like tomorrow it'll die down. Maybe even end of the day, but I was pretty sad about GGPI. Man, I really thought it was gonna run. He just double topped up there.
I'm sad about AMC.
Dude, that could have been bad. Like, and people were like complaining and stuff. I'm like, dude, like you do realize you've dropped 25% on AMC, and your contracts went from 340 to 250. That doesn't happen. Like, what the fuck? That's like the same value of the stock. You know what I mean? Like you're dropping almost at the same rate as the stock. That's like insane. It's like not real. Like, you know what I mean? Like people don't like. I'm like, okay, whatever. Literally the same value.
Crazy.
Huh?
Open interest be crazy.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, it's like
the
that.
1 cent spreads, dude.
I don't think
Saved
people understand how that moved, or they still don't understand. Options do not move at the same rate of a stock. Who is that? Is that me? Check. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yep.
Yes.
And my headset went like nuts for a second.
Oh,
but like
what
people,
is that, the 650s or no?
I can't even show it. So it's the Jubilee. Yeah, 650 Jubilee. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Nice.
AMC to 3380.
So, but yeah, like you moved at the same price to the stock. That's nuts. That's like, yeah, I don't know. People don't understand.
Yes, 3380, 3370.
If someone gave you the opportunity and said you're going to lose the same amount of money if the stock goes down, you can buy stock or options. If you don't pick options, you're crazy.
If it breaks 3380, 3370, it's probably going to hit 30.
33.60. That's my max.
On the bright side, to drop more, you're probably gonna need what's it called? You're gonna need
more shorts.
No. You're gonna need indexes to drop more. So like if you're praying for indexes to not drop, but indexes are already dropping, so
yeah, it looks like it. 45.11 or
you might double bottom here, but we'll see.
I really think VIX is a great play right now. Probably it's probably one of the best plays. You can go VIX for if you have E-Trade, you can use VIX at least. We should have bought them a second ago. Fuck, they were so juicy.
Oh, look at Hood. They setting up, bro. Looking all fucked up. Oh my.
Yeah,
Lord.
those contracts, those contracts for VIX, the 30s we're looking at, they were $2.20 a second ago. Right now the median is at 290, but the upside's at 340. So some are selling at 340 right now. That's, oh my god. Holy shit. VIX will probably, but the thing about VIX though is you're at the top of that channel. You know what I mean? So if you break out of this on VIX, if you start going up, you know, you're gonna go to like 35, 40 probably, which the market's just gonna get insane. This could get really, really ugly. I'm about to start just chilling.
Oh, you talking about 28.13 on VIX?
Yeah.
28.50.
It's at the top of that channel. Yeah, it's terrible.
Very top, very top. Okay.
Dude, the amount of DMs I get about the same fucking, like, how do people not understand I'm just saying, like, how do you not understand this tweet? Closing my AMC March contracts. I don't know how that doesn't mean that I'm closing my position. I don't know how that's confusing. I really don't know how that's confusing. I have no idea how that's confusing. It's almost like not even worth posting anything because then I just get more questions regarding the stupidest. I don't even understand how it's a question. Like it's like saying my shoes are black and it's like, are your shoes dark? I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. Oh my fucking god.
Wait, closing? What?
Crazy, yeah, it's just nuts.
Bro, look at Apple in the bullpen, bro. I swear.
Dude, I'm not.
Fucking tank.
I am not trading Apple. You are not gonna convince me to trade that shit.
Come on, dog.
Dude, it's gonna get so many people. Probably it looks like a double top up there. That's what it looks like. Fuck that.
Nah, double bottom.
Come on, everybody just buy these options.
Oh, you're looking at stop looking at the 1 minute chart.
Nah, never look at the 1 minute chart. What you mean?
Dude, fuck that noise. Yuck.
That's rough. All right.
Pfizer looks like it's gonna go crazy. Those contracts haven't covered on Pfizer at 55. There's no way. They covered the 50s though. I think that's why you moved from 51 to 55 in a day. Those 50s got covered quick. AMC below 34.
Yeah, so I've closed weeklies because my ass woke up 10 minutes ago.
Dude, yeah, you're nuts. How do you have money in the stock market and you're not waking up at open? That's literally the only important time to wake up, I feel like. Is open, and then you can take your nap through lunch. Like right now, through like 11:30, that's nap time. You think I'm joking? And remember back in like, what was it, March and May? I would take naps. I would take naps every single day. You guys would get so pissed. Someone was like, I'm paying $15. Like, suck my fucking balls and get out of my Discord. I'm taking a fucking nap.
He would just like,
especially if the market's bullish, like you're gonna get like your little dip in them for lunch. Set an alarm for 50 minutes. Wake up 10 minutes before lunch. Buy what you want to buy. And go about the rest of your day.
I remember those times. You'd be like, all right, boys, I'm out. I'm going to take a fucking nap.
And dude, I had the same cycle every day.
And then you'd be back at like an hour before close. Get like a random message. Hey, I'm at the gym, but I like this.
Oh.
Jesus, these puts are going up insane.
All right, I'm hopping.
I literally just jumped into fly puts